What is up, guys? Today we're going to talk about creating a positive culture. Let's get into it. What is up, guys? Alex Moy here with Passion for Money, and today I have a very, very special episode. Guys, I have Dr. Katie O'Brien with American Animal Hospital. And people in Ocala well, first off, if you're in Ocala, you're going to know who this person is. But, American Animal Hospital is an animal vet practice, right? Animal hospital.
Yep, we do cats and dogs.
Cats and dogs,
yep.
and you just recently got it, or when did you start?
No, I purchased American Animal Hospital a couple years ago, about 2013,
okay.
And I've had it ever since, and we've just keep growing and growing, and for me, the purpose of growth is to help more pets in the community.
Yeah, and that's awesome, and she has. You guys have helped a lot of people.
It's super awesome,
and including actually for those of you out there actually follow the Moy fam, you all know we have a famous person, character, Posey, positive, Moy, part of the family, and she gets this person here, saves her every single time that we bring her. So she takes care of Posey really well. So I'm sure you guys will appreciate that. But it's really cool.
You're welcome, by the way.
Thank you. No, Posey's the coolest. I don't know if you've seen Posey's Instagram. We just created Instagram for her.
That's awesome.
She has she's blowing up.
She's amazing.
She's blowing up. She's
really
such
awesome.
a cute dog.
She's really awesome.
But the cool thing about Katie here, and the reason why I'm bringing her on the show is because she's an entrepreneur as well. Her husband's an entrepreneur. Alberto.
Yep.
Alberto, if you're watching this, she's
Love
awesome.
You.
And you're a mom as well, right?
Yes, absolutely. So kind of how our beginning was, I was in veterinary school at LSU, so Louisiana.
Yeah.
Go Tigers, I have to say that. So I grew up in Louisiana. I went to veterinary school. So my fourth year, Alberto was the equine intern, and
really?
I kind of stalked him a little bit.
Okay. Nothing wrong there.
Yeah, no. And we started dating, and then we've been together pretty much ever since.
So you guys met in vet school?
Yeah, we met in veterinary school, yeah.
That's cool. And you graduated from college. Now, is this something, did you know that you wanted to be in this industry from when you're born, straight out, you're I'm going to be a doctor?
Yeah, so I'm kind of really blessed in the sense that, ever since I was a baby girl, or little girl, however you want to say it, I've truly wanted to help pets.
That's awesome.
I've always had my own. I can even remember Daisy was one of my first dogs, and she was a little Pomeranian, and I would just lay with her in the garage of my house, and I would just tell her all my secrets and tell her I love her, and they just become like your soulmates.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And it's so easy to get attached to these people. All right, fun fact, guys, I hate to put this on the show, and I don't know if I told you, I'm allergic to cats and dogs.
Shush.
I'm serious.
No, you did not tell me
I'm serious. It's been the worst thing that's happened. I feel like it's the worst thing. You're born, you're allergic to peanuts,
Yeah.
I'd rather have a food allergy than be allergic to these dogs. But, growing up, we've had dogs, cats. Yeah. We had a lot of cats that we've saved, stray cats.
Yeah.
And actually had a cat called Gatti, or is it Gatto, something like that, Gatti. And I think we called her both, but she was my cat, it's this is mine.
Yeah.
And so it's the cutest thing, it's the coolest thing. But
everyone has a story,
Yeah.
Every single person has some, whether it's your own pet or someone else's pet, you have some story where you have that relationship with either a cat, a dog, a horse, a goat, a pig, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I do the cats and dogs. My husband does the horses, of course.
Yep.
And we let each other do our own. We try not to meddle in each other's. We kind of just refer back and forth.
And he owns his own practice too, right?
He does, yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And with you, since knowing that this is what you've wanted to do from the very beginning, you've been so passionate about it, did you know that you were starting your own practice and growing it was going to be something that you're going to end up doing?
I'm going to be perfectly honest. I was an associate in the beginning, so that's what you are, just an associate veterinarian when you first come out, and I was good. I was totally fine. I would go in and get my paycheck, and and help with pets, and drive my purpose, right?
Yeah.
However, I really had no desire to own, and then I met Alberto, and he is so driven and so dedicated, and literally, like, when you're around someone like that, it instills your body and your soul.
Fires you up.
Yeah, and so at that point, I was like, wow, look at him. He has this, and he's able to do what he wants, like put in the rules he wants. And so then I was like, look, I'm going to do it. I'm going to buy something. He was like, yeah, babe, do it. So I purchased Camp Animal Hospital, and I've been able to do everything my way, which I always talk about. Like, I try to be as honest, and I try to, just make sure that everyone around me is like super happy, super positive, that kind of thing. And it's worked very well.
And which we're going to talk about today, creating a positive culture within your business environment, because it makes a huge difference in the business. And we're going to talk about how Katie has done it and the difference it's made for her. Before we do that, I want to talk about, Alberto and you. How did you guys meet? What is the story of you two?
So we met in vet school, like I mentioned, and then what happened was I went off to Las Vegas to practice from graduating, and then Alberto came here to Ocala because it's horse country of the world, right? So of course he came here. He's from Puerto Rico originally, so it's easy for him. And then we kept in touch and kept dating, and I was like, I'm not gonna let this pass by. So I moved out here, and I worked for a couple different practices, which is awesome. I do think it's really important to, it's nice to be able to open your own right away, but for me, it was nice to know kind of what exactly I wanted to duplicate and what I didn't want to duplicate. So it was nice to see like what all was going on, and how I would want to practice, and how I would want to serve my clients, basically. And then
with him having his own practice, and you having your own practice, and you have 2 kids, right?
Yes. So I have Michael, he's 6, and William, he's 4.
Awesome. Now, how is the household? I can imagine it gets pretty crazy, right, with all this, stuff going on. Do you guys discuss business out of work?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And my kids do too. So it's kind of like it's already a family business.
That's awesome.
We work on Saturdays, and the kids come with us. And we have help during the week, but basically we try to separate. So when we come home from work, we're doing homework, and we're doing reader books, and we're all that kind of stuff with the kids. And then we try to have Sundays as like family day only. So we either go on the boat or we do something else. But in general, like they know if I'm working on my computer, they're like, Mom, are you done your cycle? Can I ask you a question? And I'm like, yes, honey. Or I'll be like, wait 2 minutes. And then I finish, and then, and then I go into mom mode. So we try to separate, but it is important for them to understand, even as small children, that, it takes hard work and dedication to do what you want to do, because it's not a job for us. It's like literally, like my husband says, it's literally a passion. Or I'm sorry, he says it's a hobby, and that's what it is. Passion is what we're talking about here.
Of course. And with me, I mean, my audience knows passion or money is all about, going all in, going all with your passion, not worrying about the money, not worrying about because your mind, it's a huge mind thing. You can get so stuck on that.
Yes.
And it can put a lot of blocks to it. So when you're all in, I'm talking about 16 hours a day. I mean, you don't know what time it is.
Right.
And it's because you love it. Everything just kind of comes together. And is that something that you've applied to your life?
I try to have a little bit of a balance, because I didn't run a business before. I had no business experience, so the business aspect was very new to me. So I did see myself in the beginning getting very stuck in more of like the financials and the numbers and oh my gosh, I have these bills, and how am I going to pay them, and I don't know, and we need to see more clients because of the bills. And then like one day I was just like, you know what? It doesn't matter as long as I'm following my heart, and I'm treating each patient the correct way, and I'm offering the absolute best medicine, because that's what I was taught to do, honestly, then the money comes. So that's where it is passion over money, because it just comes when you're doing what you love. It does come.
And you create a relationship with your clients, and that's everything. Retention. You're able to have them come back and build your client portfolio, right?
Absolutely.
And I'm sure that's huge in your business, and it's huge for my business. So statistics mean the business side is a real thing, and I feel like it's good to mention this now because I haven't touched on it yet. But when you go all in and when we say like passion for money, like you can't just leave it out, like the business side of it. You have to have to track things.
It's a reality of life.
Yeah, you have to
right?
track it. You have to calculate all that, and you've told me you've done that in your business. Is this something like, is this a norm for vets to animal hospitals to do this?
Yeah, so I don't think it's a norm. I didn't see it anywhere else that I practice. Of course, there was a couple little things that veterinarians would, take account of, like, how many bills you have or how many new clients you have, that kind of thing. But we take it to a whole nother level, and the reason and the purpose is to make sure that we're analyzing exactly what went well from every single angle and what didn't go well, right? So we can fix whatever that is. If we have a client complaint or anything on the negative, like a staff member upset or some confusion, we want to be able to correct that. So each week we have about 150 statistics that we kind of just roll through and kind of see the positives and the negatives, and then we just create a game plan of how to make things better, because that's the goal, is just to duplicate what worked and then fix whatever didn't work, right? Because if we're not fixing it, then it's gonna in the long run not be good for the clients or the patients, and that's not the goal, obviously.
That's good. And with starting your practice, did you guys, like, I'm sure you're nervous, I'm sure you're scared a little bit.
Of course.
I mean, what are some things that you applied to yourself to help you overcome those fears?
So in the beginning, it was very scary because, again, I didn't know anything about business. And I think learning, really taking the time to, read a lot of books and educate myself, because I would have a lot of non-confront. So I wouldn't know how to handle a situation where there was a staff member or, a client. And then I would just kind of like run from it. So I had to apply to myself, like, how am I going to fix or confront these issues in order to make them better? And so I would start reading books about, finances, or just books about like I went through veterinary school, but everything changes, right? You need to learn and grow. So now I'm trying to learn different and exciting, new, innovative ways to help my patients, and then that kind of like rolls into the rest.
That's good. That's good. And I want to talk about the Happy Bubble Team. Now, what is this Happy Bubble Team that you guys talk about?
So we named ourselves the Happy Bubble Team. We even have like a little bubble chandelier in our atrium. It's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So basically what it is it's just a culture within our clinic that we want to just be happy. Like we have staff meetings every single week so we can go over everything as a team and be cohesive as a team, and we do drilling and we do games and like we do all this fun stuff, and it increases morale. And for me, I go to work just as much as I'm at home. So the people I work with, like even you guys, like y'all are all family, and I see you all the time, right? So I want my staff members to come to work and be excited to come to work, and then they're more willing to help every single patient because they're in that kind of high morale. Yeah.
There's a ton of businesses that don't necessarily see the impact that building a team and providing a positive environment,
Super
like
important.
the chandelier. I'm sure that helps somebody on a bad day look up and be like, it's nice here. This is good.
Yeah.
And with you guys, what are some of the impact? Like if you were talking to that person right here, that's like, man, you gotta tell me, like, is this gonna help your business? Like, what is the impact you've seen in Maricamp?
When you have staff members that have a high morale and they're excited to come to work, from a business aspect, it means that they're going to be willing to comply to like rules, right? Because you have to have rules. We have hundreds and hundreds of protocols of how you should follow things exactly, so the client gets the same experience exactly each time, or as close, in order to make sure we don't miss anything, in order to make sure we're educating everyone perfectly, and we're clearing any confusions the clients have. But because they're excited to be there, they're more willing to even think outside the box of, wait, I know this isn't on my protocol, but I want to help this client, so let me do this or let me do that, or ask for at least for approval of those things so we can help them.
Yeah.
So kind of like it helps them think outside the box as well.
Being open with them, sharing with them all the information.
Oh yeah, we go over everything. We go over all financials with my staff. We go over all the good things. We go over all the bad things. Like we are super open. And
it puts them in a position where it feels like it's their own too, right?
Yeah. Well, they have to take ownership. They are part of the team.
Yeah.
If one member is not doing their part, then maybe none of us did our part, right?
Yeah.
So we need to make sure that everyone's on point to be able to accomplish what our mission and goal is.
And it's a huge thing. We've done it here at Moy Media. It's helped tremendously, especially when it comes down to points where it's like for example, there might be a time in a situation where you guys are being overworked, right? And creating that, well, like you have a team,
course.
like some people have responsibilities at home and they don't want to be, like they can't, right? But like it comes to a point when you create that positive environment, it doesn't feel like, it's a drag, It doesn't feel like, but what are some reasons that you feel like, these people that don't see it, like they don't see the positive culture, like why do they act like that? Why do you think it's because they don't know? It's just
it might be a lack of education or confusion on how that could help, and also a little bit of lack of like reality for them. So if they have never been in an environment where that was important, then you can understand where they don't think it's important.
Yeah.
So maybe going and visiting a practice or a business where positive culture is really important, would actually make it more real to the individual that, hey, this is something that I want to be involved in.
Yeah.
So you can come by anytime.
Come check it out. That's really cool. And let's talk about like you guys. I mean, when it comes down to saving animals. I mean, it's something that's like, it's life or death situation. Like,
Absolutely.
I'd look at it just like as it was a hospital where you doctors are treating humans, and it's like, this is
crazy,
real,
right? Yeah. I have a lot of people that's, a lot of clients or friends or individuals that come up to me and they're like, oh my gosh, God bless you for being a veterinarian. You know, you do such amazing things. I could never do that. And I look at them and I say, yes, you could. And they're mostly their concern is I don't like blood or I don't like death or whatever. And I just explain it that it's all positive if you look at it all in the right way.
Yeah.
When you're helping a pet, no matter what the situation, it's all good for your soul.
Yeah.
So it makes you feel good and it makes everyone feel good. And then we can rally as a team in our team meetings and be like, you know what? We did everything possible that we could and we saved this one or we couldn't, but they got a new pet and, and they're part of our family or whatever it is.
Yeah. And you guys are really passionate about saving these animals.
Saving lives is what we do.
Saving lives,
one
exactly.
Of our mottos.
It's
mottos?
huge.
Mottos.
Motives, same thing, right? But that's awesome. And I just want to touch on like one more thing because like with my family and my mom and I have 4 brothers, I know it can get pretty hectic, but time management, like how are you able to manage your time with all the things? And Alberto, he has a ton of stuff going on too.
Yes.
Like how are you able to make it all work?
Yeah. So I have a battle plan that I update every single week on Sunday evenings or Monday mornings, depending. But basically, it's I have all my companies. So I have American Animal Hospital, and then I have my household on there. I have Equine Performance Center. That's one of our new ones. And then I have like all my kids' events listed for that week. I have all my projects going on at Camp. I have everything listed. So you really have to stay organized. One of the questions we actually ask in our hiring is pretty intense. And one of the questions we ask in our hiring seminar is, if I looked in your car right now, what would I find? And the reason we ask that is because someone who's organized in their home or organized in their car, they're also going to be organized at work.
That's true.
So it's really important to be very organized and diligent. And, you have to be able to confront things. There's always going to be something in life you don't want to do. But you know what? Just do it first. Just get it over with. And then you get to do all the other stuff. So that's kind of how I handle that. I'm literally just making new lists all the time. And then I have my little check boxes and I check them off.
Yeah.
And it's so satisfying when you check something off.
Or you put it in notes, right? And just get it all done.
So nice.
And actually, that was a huge transformation in my life where someone told me because they saw the craziness, and they're like, Alex, you need to come up with a game plan every night for the next day.
Yes.
All right, and some for the week too, but focus on the next day. And also, when you do little things like make your bed in the morning, or like clean your car, make sure your house is clean. It make it like one less thing to worry about.
Yeah.
But the one thing that really stood out to me was when this person was saying, when I've actually attended the conferences with Tony Robbins and some other like big name people that talk about it, but like when you're faced with a challenge, don't hesitate on doing it.
Yes.
Just do it right away.
Just get it done.
Because procrastination, like people like get faced with procrastination, but like when your mindset is like just get it done, it's gonna be so like you're gonna feel so good.
Yeah.
And you just gotta get in the groove of it, right?
Yeah. Confronting something straight on
Yeah.
is so much easier in the long run. And I procrastinated pretty much all through college, and I did well. However, it was not a good decision. And so veterinary school, I really like zoned in on just accomplishing and doing, and taking actions. Really, really important. Just to that one aspect of just taking action. Just do it.
Yeah.
Get it done. Don't
how was vet
fester.
school?
Don't anything.
Was it tough?
Oh, vet school was rough.
It was really rough. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember my mom actually spoke to one of my teachers in my first year, and she was like, "Oh, she's not focused. I think she's not gonna make it." And the teacher's like, "She's gonna be fine." And I did. My parents were obviously very, very strict, wanted me to do well.
Yeah.
But my mom's a nurse, my dad's a doctor, and they were like, veterinarian, that's weird. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So like doctor means just runs in the family, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
That's
but
awesome.
my dad always says, and maybe it's where I got it from, he always said, if I could do it all over again, Katie, because he's a doctor and then he went to law school, so he likes education in school, obviously.
Yeah.
If I could do it again, I would be a veterinarian, because, just helping animals, they're so innocent.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. It's awesome.
And you have to have a passion for it. I mean, this is
Absolutely.
something like even becoming a doctor. Like you have to have a passion about saving people.
Yeah.
Like it's tough.
It's amazing. I look at like anesthesiologists and other doctors. I'm like, wow, guys, how did you do it?
Yeah.
So I even have like I know what I've accomplished, and I know it's amazing, and anyone can do it if you want to put your mind to something or anything, you can do it. You just need to take that action. But it's neat because I'll look at other people. I'm like, wow, I'm so amazed, But we've all done amazing things, and we just need to own it and be excited for life.
What is one thing you would recommend somebody that's watching today that want to be like you, want to go through vet school and want to become a veterinarian?
Absolutely. So working in the field, I think, is super important, because a lot of people will say that they want to do it, but then they get into the field and they're like, yeah, this is not for me. So making sure that you get a job, and you just have to realize that when you first start in the veterinary field, you're not going to start as a head technician. Like most people start in kennel, and then they kind of like grow.
Yeah.
So getting a job, making sure you're in the environment, and study hard. Make sure you're getting good grades, and define all of your words. In veterinary school, I don't know how many words I passed up. I had no idea. I was literally just trying to memorize. But in the long run, I actually need to know what they mean.
Yeah.
So just make sure you're defining all your words. It's super, super important.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you guys, you can check them out, MaryKamAnimalHospital.com, or their Facebook page, their Instagram. You can check them out. They're on Snapchat too.
Yep, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
What is the Snapchat handle?
I think it's MEH Happy Bubble. Maybe.
MEH Happy Bubble.
Happy
We'll put it on the
something.
screen somewhere here for you guys to check out, because I know some people are going to go.
I don't handle that.
Go check you guys out. But their Snapchat, I follow, and they have it going on. And they do some really cool behind-the-scenes stuff. And maybe they'll show you guys the chandelier, right?
Yes,
Happy
we'll
Bubble?
do that soon.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, appreciate you tuning in. It's Passion for Money, episode 6. I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Peace.